being socially and environmentally responsible. Yes, you heard it right. Because in today's webinar, we will learn our individual responsibility to our surrounding and to the RTU environment as a whole. Once again, good morning. My name is Hannah Victorio, and I will be your Master of Ceremony for today's webinar orientation entitled Red to Green, Reduce Ecological Footprints Towards Green University. Before we completely proceed, I would like to remind everyone by the following proper webinar decorum. First, everyone is encouraging to change their screen name using the following format: your department / your complete name. Second, kindly turn off your microphone while the webinar orientation is ongoing. Third, do not use our chat room for our personal matter. Use the chat room for the useful comments and discussions. And last, please dress properly. All right, for us to be guided for the whole event, may I invite everyone to put ourselves in the presence of God through the opening prayer to be followed by the singing of National Anthem by RTU Himig Rizalya.
Sumasalangit ka sa mahina-lalo, mapasawi ang kaharian mo, sundin ang loob mo. Dito sa lupa, parang sa langit, ikaw ako kami ngayon. sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng mag-ibig. Sa manlulupig, di ka pasisir. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit ang mukha. May nilagang tula at tawid sa paglayang may gamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagbibigay. Ang bituin at araw niyang kailan ang may di magdidilig. Lupa ng araw naman ating pagsinta. Buhay ng isang piling mo, ang lumigaya ng pag ay mga api ang namatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Now to give us a welcome message from our supportive Vice President for Student Services, please help me welcome Dr. Salvacion J. Pacheco. A warm virtual of applause.
Sa Pangulo ng ating sintang paaralan, Dr. Maria Eugenia M. Yangco, sa mga kapwa ko pangalawang Pangulo, sa ating mga tagapagsalita, sa mga guro at sa mga kawani na narito ngayon, malugod na umaga sa ating lahat. At sana po ay nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan. Bilang panimula, pumapaksa ang webinar natin para sa araw na ito sa pagbabawas ng ecological footprint. Ngunit, ano nga ba muna ang ecological footprint? Sa simpleng paliwanag, ito ang sukat ng kung gaano natin ginagamit ang likas na yaman at ang epekto ng paggamit nito, kung gayon, para itong mga bakas ng paa sa buhangin na kapansin-pansin. Kung magiging technical naman ang ating definisyon, ang ecological footprint ang sukat ng lupa at tubig na kinakailangan para makalikha ng mga produktong kinukonsumo natin. Ayon din sa mga siyentistang sina Matthew Zwickernagel at William Rees, ito rin ang sukat ng kinakailangang lupa at tubig para mawala o magamit muli ang basura na idinulot ng nasabing paglikha ng mga produkto. Kung papansinin ang mga kahulugan, makikita natin ang mahigpit na relasyon ng paggamit natin sa yaman ng kalikasan at ang basura na bunga ng nasabing gawain. Kung gaano karami ang nililikha natin na dumi o basura, ay siyang laki ng kakailanganing likas na yaman para mawala o magamit muli ito. Sa makatuwid, napapanahon ang issue sa ecological footprint ng ating basura sapagkat kasabay ng nararanasan nating pandemya ng COVID-19, mayroon din tayong pandemya ng plastic. Naibalita na sa BBC na isang istasyon sa United Kingdom ang lubhang pagdami ng basurang face mask, face shield, at personal protective equipment o PPE sa ilalim ng dagat ng Anilao, Batangas. Hindi rin nakakapagtaka na maraming natagpuan na medical na basura sa isinagawang clean-up drive ng Philippine Coast Guard sa Maragondon, Cavite noong World Environment Day. Nakaalarma ang ganitong mga pangyayari. Hindi man bago sa atin ang issue na ito, ngunit maaari pang lumala ito sa ngayon. Kaya naman, bukod sa mission natin na mabawasan ang kaso ng pagkakasakit na dulot ng COVID-19, kasabay din dapat nating tutukan ang pagbabawas sa ecological footprint. At ito ang magiging tampok na pag-uusapan sa webinar ngayon. Paano nga ba natin mapoprotektahan ang kalikasan sa pamamagitan ng wastong pangangasiwa ng ating basura? Paano nga ba magagamit muli ang basura natin para hindi na kailangang gumawa pa ng panibagong landfill? Ito ay ilan lamang sa mga mahalagang tanong na maaaring masagot ng ating mga tagapagsalita upang malabanan din ang pandemya ng basura. At bilang isang institusyon, sisiguraduhin natin sama-sama tayo sa paglaban ng ganitong ibang uri ng pandemya sa pamamagitan ng programang Clean and Green Campaign under Triple S Project na pinangungunahan ng Auxiliary Services Center. Bukod sa webinar na ito, bahagi ng nasabing kampanya, mahalaga ring banggitin ang proyekto nito na Triple S Significant, Systematic, and Sustainable Composting towards Ecological Community. Sa bunga ng pag-uugnayan ng ating sintang universidad at ng Department of Science and Technology na nagbigay ng kagamitan upang makatulong sa pangangasiwa ng ating basura. Importante ang lahat ng programa at proyekto na ito upang mabawasan ang ating ecological footprint at maging isa talagang green university ang ating paaralan. Uunahan ko ng pasalamatan ang Solid Waste Management Unit sa pamumuno ni Mr. Jason M. Noveda na nasa ilalim ng Auxiliary Services Center na pinamumunuan ni Dr. Edna P. Conway dahil sa pagbuo ng palatuntunan ngayon. Pauna na rin ang pasasalamat sa mga tagapagsalita na magbabahagi ng kritikal na impormasyon para matulungan natin ang kritikal na kalagayan ng ating kalikasan. Muli, isang mapagpalang umaga sa ating lahat at marami pong salamat. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Message. Sa panahon talaga ngayon, hindi lang COVID-19 ang kinakaharap nating pandemya because we are actually facing to another global pandemic, and that is the pandemic on environment. Ecological footprint should be lessened as part of our environmental care and responsibility. It is indeed a great remark that we are all liable to what we are experiencing from our environment. Ang init ng panahon, malalakas at walang humpay na ulan, lindol at iba't ibang kalamidad na nararanasan natin ay ilan lamang sa mga negatibong epekto ng ating kapabayaan sa pangangalaga ng ating kapaligiran. We should also be reminded by our responsibility. And now to give us the objectives of this webinar and RTU's response to the national mandate, let us all welcome the Head of Solid Waste Management, Mr. Jason M. Noveda.
To our beloved University President, Dr. Maria Eugenia M. Yanco, to the very supportive Vice President of Student Services, Dr. Salvacion G. Pacheco, to all the other Vice Presidents, university officials, heads and staffs, and of course to our honorable guests, a pleasant day to all. According to the World Bank report last 2018, the global annual waste generation is expected to jump to 3.4 billion tons over the next 30 years, up from 2.01 billion tons in 2016. The report highlighted that the world generated 242 million tons of plastic waste, or 12% of all solid waste in 2016. Without urgent action, global waste will increase by 70% on current levels by 2050. Given the above-cited data, the world is now facing serious problem in terms of waste management. That's why we really need to pay attention in taking necessary steps to eliminate waste that we are about to produce every day. With this, the Solid Waste Management Unit, through the help of the Republic Act 9003 or the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000 and the Office Order number 329 series of 2021, the observation of proper segregation of waste in RTU offices, have come up to this webinar orientation for all employees to address our waste management concern. This particular initiative, entitled Red to Green, Reduce Ecological Footprints Toward Green University, is one of the listed programs of Auxiliary Services Center, Solid Waste Management Unit. This program have three major phases. First, the webinar orientation, which aimed to provide awareness among RTU employees about our individual responsibility in managing our own waste inside and even outside of the institution. And of course, to provide awareness about the national mandate in proper segregation of waste. Still part of the first phase is the campaign poster positioning, in which our unit will place helpful campaign materials to remind everyone time to time regarding proper segregation of waste. Along with this campaign is the massive social media campaign so that we can still be able to address the concern and deliver our services even we are currently in the remote working condition. On the second phase of this program, we will be going to launch the RTU Eco Warrior Society to empower our students to become a catalyst of positive changes in relation to the environmental sustainability and of course the responsibility of our university. The RTU Eco Warrior Society will be an organization who will be empowered by the unit to implement sustainable programs for the environment of the Rizal Technological University. One of the projects of the said organization is to promote recycling of solid waste among students and recognize its earning potential, which can lead to the economic enterprise development of every student. The last phase of this program is more on the collaborative effort of the unit's newly designated task, the economic enterprise development of every student. To realize the sustainable impact of this undertaking, the unit, through the help of the RTU Eco Warrior Society, will develop a ways and means for our students out of the recycling activities. And with that, we could see a positive milestone of our university toward a green university. Our unit is also glad to present to all of you our programs, the 4 E's of Solid Waste Management Unit.
Thank you, Mr. Jason Noveda, for a wonderful and informative presentation of Reg to Green project and its objectives, as well as the 4 E's of Solid Waste Management Unit. Again, that 4 E's of Solid Waste Management Unit stands for educate, engage, empower, and elevate. This is truly one of the best practices of the unit in terms of implementing innovative programs in relation to solid waste management of the university. And now, before I give the turn to our first resource speaker, let me introduce him to you. Our first speaker is a graduate of BS Chemical Engineering at Manuel L. Quezon University and a retired senior science research specialist at Environment and Biotechnology Division, Industrial Technology Development Institute under Department of Science and Technology. Presently, he is a part-time associate professor at Rizal Technological University. Professor Beagle reserved various service training at scholarships such as group training course in bioindustries that was conducted by Nagoya International Training Center under Japan International Cooperating Agency. Nagoya, Japan works on maintenance of laboratory equipment conducted by the University of Singapore in cooperation with IDAB, to name a few. Professor Beagle is also a recipient of various awards such as 2004 Lingkod Bayan Awardee, Outstanding Research Award, and ITDI Outstanding Employee. Moreover, he also published numerous research and publications and become resource speaker and trainer relative to his specialization. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our first resource speaker on his topic, environmental protection through proper solid waste management segregation, Professor Mario B. Bigol.
Okay, thank you very much for the introduction. Uh, have a blessed day to everyone. My topic is about, again, environmental protection through proper waste management by segregation. Can I have, please, the slide presentation, please? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, again, my topic for today is about environmental protection through proper waste segregation by segregation. Again, have a blessed day to everyone. Next, please. Nice. Okay, I will be discussing the following: the introduction to solid waste management, hierarchy in solid waste management, overview of Republic Act 9003, what is solid waste, and then type of waste, sources of waste, composition of waste, solid waste management by segregation, and lastly, importance of waste segregation. Okay, in 2000, the local government units of Metro had a problem in waste disposal because of the closure of San Mateo Sanitary Landfill. This is located in the province of Rizal. It was operational for 9 years before its closure in 2000. So at present, we have 3 sanitary landfills that absorb the waste of Metro Manila. We have 1 in Navotas, 2 in the province of Rizal, located in San Mateo and Rodriguez. The average life expectancy of sanitary landfill ranges from 30 to 50 years if properly managed. Solid waste management remains a major challenging, especially in Metro Manila. So, improper waste disposal and efficient waste collection are among the dominant concerns in solid waste management. So, this is to give you overview of sanitary landfill. Ano? This diagram shows the decomposition of waste in landfill. According to LeBlanc, 2021, example, this is like for this example, no, train tickets will decompose in 2 weeks. Orange peel or biodegradable waste will decompose in 6 months. And then yung milk or juice cartons will decompose in 50 years. And for tin cans, 100 years. For batteries, and 400, just imagine 450 years for plastic bottles. Okay, these are some environmental laws in the Philippines that protect public health and environment. So first, Republic Act number 6969 or Toxic Substances and Hazardous and Nuclear Waste Control Act of 1990. Second, Republic Act number 8749, Philippine Clean Air Act of 1999, and Republic Act number 9003, otherwise known as Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. So we will be focusing our discussion in Republic Act number 9003. Next, please. Okay, this diagram shows the hierarchy in waste management. So there are 5 stages in waste management. First, prevention or reduction. This is the most preferred stage, meaning buy less or buy products or buy packaging materials that use less packaging or last longer. Second, the use. Example, we have to buy reusable, rechargeable, and refillable packaging materials. Then third, recyclable. Examples are composting of biodegradable waste, plastic laminates for concrete and asphalting. Next is recovery, like extraction of precious metals from mobile phones and electronic devices. And lastly, the least preferred stage is disposal. So that is anything that can Okay, next is to give you an overview of Republic Act 9003, again, otherwise known as Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. RA 9003 was approved last January 26, 2001. So this law ensures that the public health and the environment are protected. It also ensures proper solid waste segregation. So again, this is a mandatory, solid waste segregation is mandatory under this law. Collection, transportation, storage, treatment, and disposal by developing and implementing best environmental practices in ecological waste management. So RA 9003 per RA 9003 Solid waste refer to all discarded household, commercial waste, non-hazardous institutional and industrial waste, street sweepings, construction debris, agricultural waste, and other non-hazardous or non-toxic solid waste. So these are the types of waste per implementing rules and regulation of RA 9003. So these are biodegradable, recyclable, residual, special waste consists of hazardous and consumer electronics. So the following are possible sources of waste that can be generated in RTU. So these are the offices, pantries, canteens, cooperative store, medical and dental clinics, motor pool, backyards. So kung face-to-face na yung ating mode of natin, classroom, natin na yung mga classroom, laboratories, dormitory, gym, and others. Ito yung naglagay ako dito ng others kasi yung iba nagbabaon na merong packaging material na kasama. So pwede siyang i-dispose doon sa designated trash can. So this graph shows the composition of waste according to Asian Development Bank in 2003. So 50% of food and other organics, and then 45% for recyclable, consisting of 25% plastics, 12% paper, 5% metals, and 3% glass. So yung residual is 4% and only 1% for special or hazardous waste. Next, please. Okay, effective and successful can we go to the previous slide? Anyway, effective and successful management can achieved by segregation at source, which next, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, again, solid waste can be grouped into different categories: biodegradable, recyclable, residual, and spatial waste. Next, please. Next, please. Okay. Okay, biodegradable waste consists of the following: food scraps, papers with food residues, vegetable waste, and fish waste, except fatty foods or grease, used cooking oil. Okay, biodegradable waste will be used as raw materials in composting. It will take time to decompose if fatty acid or grease, used cooking oil, are present in the trash can. Next, please. Okay, next category is recyclable, like paper, cartoons, glass and plastic bottles, aluminum cans, metal scraps, etc. So for paper and cartoons, kailangan ako nito. Hindi dapat siya mabasa. Kasi pag nakuha na siya, mabasa na siya, hindi na tataas yung value when it comes to selling in junk shop. Okay, next please. So next category is residual. Example, yung multi-layer food packaging materials, laminates, polystyrene foam, sandbag plastics. Okay, next please. Last category is special waste consisting of hazardous and consumer electronics. For hazardous, ito yung mga examples, yung mobile or gadget batteries. And then for consumer electronics, those are worn out or broken, and then fluorescent lamps, other discarded items like stereos, radios, TV sets, etc. Next, please. Okay, this schematic diagrams represents the municipal solid waste management. So first stage is the waste segregation. So again, this is waste segregation plays an important role in solid waste management. Okay, so first stage in waste segregation according to its categories: biodegradable, recyclable, residual, and spatial waste. Second stage is the segregated collection. So saan ba pupunta itong biodegradable, recyclable, residual, and spatial waste? For biodegradable waste, this will go to the composting facility. And eventually, ang magiging product niya is soil conditioner. For recyclable and residual waste, saan pupunta ito? This will be brought to the Material Recovery Facility or MRF. So after further segregation, dito sa MRF, so pwede na siyang i-dalhin sa redemption center or junk shop. And for the residual waste, so there are alternative technologies for residual waste. Ano? For example, dito sa mga laminates, yung mga laminates, ano pa yung mga other residual waste, ano, pwede rin ginagamit din ito sa livelihood projects. And finally, itong special waste or hazardous waste will be collected by city or municipal government to be disposed in sanitary landfill. So again, yung composition of biodegradable waste is 50%. Yung recyclable waste is 45%. Yung 45 or yung 4% is residual. And then, ito na yung 1%, ano, which is yung special waste na that will go to the sanitary landfill. So, ang pampara, no, ito pa rin yung ating, siguro at present, ito pa rin yung ating na-experience when it comes to the collection of waste dito sa, for example, sa place namin sa Parañaque, Mandaluyong City, Pasig City. So, ang nangyayari, hindi pa rin properly segregated pagdating dito sa garbage truck. So, malaki pa rin yung amount of waste na dinadala sa sanitary landfill. At ang mangyayari dito, nasa-shorten yung kanyang life na instead of 30 to 50 years, na umiiksi na lang siya. Katulad dun sa nangyari noong 2000 sa San Mateo landfill, instead na 20 years ang kanyang lifespan or 30 years, 9 years lang siya operational. So kaya nagkaroon ng closure doon sa that time sa San Mateo landfill. Okay, next please. Okay, these are the importance of waste segregation. It makes recycling easier. Next is, of course, important for public health and to the environment. Effective segregation of waste means less waste goes to landfill. And lastly, social responsibility and legal obligation per RA 9003. Okay, let me quote what former US President Jimmy Carter said. Solid waste are the discarded leftovers of our advanced consumer society. This growing mountain of garbage and trash represents not only an attitude of indifference toward valuable natural resources, but also a serious economic and public health problem. So, marami pong salamat. Thank you so much for being part of this event.
And to award the certificate of recognition to our resource speaker, may we call on Ms. Mariel Uy to read the citations.
Republic of the Philippines, Rizal Technological University. Office of the Vice President for Student Services, Auxiliary Services Center awards the Certificate of Recognition to Mario B. Bigol for sharing his time, knowledge, and expertise as a speaker that led to the attainment of the goals and objectives of the Auxiliary Services Center's Solid Waste Management Unit in the webinar entitled Red to Green Reduce Ecological Footprints Towards Green University, a clean and green campaign under Triple S Compost, given this 28th day of July 2021 at the Rizal Technological University, City of Mandaluyong, Philippines. Signed by Professor Jason M. Noveda, Head of Solid Waste Management Unit, Dr. Edna P. Conwy, Auxiliary Services Director, Dr. Salvacion J. Pacheco, Vice President for Student Services, Dr. Maria Eugenia M. Yanco, University President. Again, we would like to thank you again, Sir Bigol.
Again po sa ating mga participants, if you have questions po and concerns, please post po sa ating comment section and we can call Professor Bigol po to answer. So let us seize the moment at this juncture. May I call on Mr. Jason Noveda to introduce the second speaker. Ay, naku, sir.
Okay, good morning everyone. It is my honor to introduce to all of you our second record speaker who will give us relevant knowledge on managing organic waste through DOST ITDI's composting technologies. Our second speaker is a cum laude graduate with a Leadership and Service Award from the BS in Biology program at Philippine Normal University. She earned her MS in Biological Science magna cum laude at University of Santo Tomas Graduate School. She also finished her PhD in Engineering Biotechnology program at Osaka University, Japan. Currently, Dr. Tansenko is a supervising science research specialist at Environment and Biotechnology Division of Industrial Technology Development Institute under Department of Science and Technology. She also rendered her service as part-time faculty member of the College of Graduate Studies and Teacher Education Research at Philippine Normal University. Dr. Tansenko holds some relevant research and development and technology transfer projects, and one of which is the dual drum composter as the composting technology. She also published hundreds of researches, publications, and other technical reports. In fact, a lot of her technical papers were presented at local and international conferences. Moreover, she became an active attendee of numerous seminars, workshops, symposia, and fora. Dr. Tansenko is also a recipient of various awards and scholarships such as Best Poster Award for Poster Exhibit and Competition, Model Employee for Technical Category, Best Paper Award for International Conferences on Emerging Trends in Scientific Research, and Best Performance Award by JICA Training Course on Environment Technology, Osaka, Japan. Once again, please help me welcome our second resource speaker, Dr. Myra L. Tansenko.
Once again, our second resource speaker, Dr. Myra Tansenko.
Okay, good morning po sa lahat. So let me share my PowerPoint. Okay, so today po, i-discuss ko yung DOST-ITDI's composting technology for management of organic waste. So, ano ba yung legal basis natin pag pinag-uusapan ang proper solid waste management? So, ito po yung diniscuss ni Sir Bigol kanina, no? Yung RA 9003 or yung Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000. So, isa po sa highlights ng RA 9003, katulad ng nabanggit ni Sir Bigol, ay yung mandatory segregation at source. So, sa bawat waste sources, sa school natin, sa institutions, sa offices, dapat sinesegregate natin yung ating basura, no? Yung solid waste. And then, kailangan din, meron tayong designated containers, no? Para sa bawat component ng waste. Sinasabi nga dito sa guidelines for mandatory solid waste segregation at source ng DNR, no? So, ang gagamitin natin, meron silang color coding actually, no? Green for biodegradable, blue for recyclable, and then black for residual, and red for special waste. So, dapat po meron din tayong mga ganitong bins sa ating university, no? Or institution. And then ito po yung actually updated na classification ng ating solid waste. So sa RA 9003, 4 major categories po ang pinag-uusapan, yung biodegradable, recyclables, residual, at saka special waste. Pero last 2020 po, na-approve po yung updated na box guidelines or yung waste analysis and characterization study guidelines na nandun po yung subcategories pa ng bawat waste components. So for example, yung biodegradable po, kasama dito yung food and kitchen waste, yard or garden waste, agricultural or farm waste, and livestock waste. So under po sila ng biodegradable. So subcategory po ang tatawag dito. And then recyclables, under po nito yung paper, plastics, metals, and glass, no? Sa residual po, nahating sa dalawa. So, ang National Solid Waste Management Commission ng DNR, sinasuggest po, pag nagka-characterize tayo ng waste, ay i-divide natin yung residual sa dalawa. Yung residual with potential for recycling, at saka residual for outright disposal. So, kasama po sa residual with potential for recycling yung flexible plastics, leather, textile, rubber, and other residual na pwede pang i-process, no? So, may mga LGUs na, may technologies na para i-process itong mga nandito sa with potential for recycling. Pero doon sa mga LGUs na wala pa, temporary pupunta to sa landfill, no? And then, yun namang residual for outright disposal, ito yung pupunta lang dapat sa sanitary landfill. So kasama dito yung sanitary composites, soiled paper, mga soiled plastics, and others na wala na talagang silbi, no? Now, nung dumating na yung pandemic, itong sanitary composites, nalipat na to sa special waste, di ba? At saka yung mga COVID-19 related waste, pumunta na sila sa special waste. So, i-consider po natin to, no? Kasi itong categories na to ay lumabas before pandemic. So, kayo na po yung mga waste management team, kayo na po ang maglipat nito, no, or mag-segregate sa tamang lugar na sa special waste na po siya. And then pwede po kayong sabi nga ng DNR, meron tayong dapat na yellow container or yellow plastic para dun sa COVID-19 related healthcare waste, no? So under naman sa special waste, meron tayong hazardous waste, healthcare waste from hospitals, and bulky waste. So yung detail po ng categories na to makikita natin sa WACS manual ng JICA. So pinublish po ito 2020. So ito po, ito. Ito yung bibigyan po namin kayo ng link para ma-download nyo ito yung ganitong poster para ma-print nyo din po sa inyong institution, no? So ito po yung conceptual framework of RA 9003. So na-discuss na rin po ito ni Sir Bicol. So meron din po tayo, ito po yung ating sorted waste. So dapat nga po nagsasegregate tayo at source. And then meron tayong tinatawag na MRF or Materials Recovery Facility na dapat dito natin ginagawa yung composting ng ating biodegradable waste. Pero ang biodegradable waste nga, pwede rin tayo mag-compost at home, no? Doon sa mga hindi makakapag-compost at home, papadala natin yan sa ating barangay para i-compost sa MRF. And then sa MRF din, dito rin natin dinadala yung mga recyclables natin na later on, ipagbebenta natin sa mga junk shops. Now, yung mga mixed waste, syempre, dito rin tayo magsusort. Yung special waste naman ay temporary. Meron tayo ditong pwede natin gawing drop-off center yung MRF. And then later on, ito dapat ay kukolektahan ng accredited treatment plant. No? Ang barangay, ang responsibility ng mga barangay ay biodegradable at saka recyclable. So sila dapat ang mamulektanan. Pero ang residual at saka special waste, responsibility to ng munisipyo o city natin, no? So, ang residual waste, ito lang dapat ang dinadala sa landfill. Hindi dapat kasama itong mga to, no? Yan ang nasa RA 9003. Dapat yan ang pina-follow natin. Okay? Now, ito na pakita na rin ni Sir Bicol kanina, no? Kung makikita natin yung composition ng municipal solid waste sa Pilipinas, makikita natin na large portion, more than 50% of our solid waste is actually biodegradable, no? So malaki ang potential na na i-compost natin tong waste na to. That's why ang IDDI nag-develop kami ng mga simple technologies para ma-manage ang ating biodegradable waste. So yung mga composting technologies namin, kahit wala naman kayong technology, dapat kino-consider natin yung basic principle ng composting. So, pag nagpo-compost tayo, ang iisipin natin yung mga microorganisms o yung mga decomposers natin, no? Yung mga bida ng composting. So, kung iisipin natin sila, dapat ang ipoprovide natin ay itong recipe na to, no? So, dapat pag nagko-compost tayo, meron tayong mixture ng browns and greens. So, yung brown, ito yung mga dry matter, no? Yung mga dry leaves, dry garden waste, and so on. Ito yung carbon source para sa ating decomposers. And then yung greens naman, ito yung magiging nitrogen source ng ating decomposers. So, ito yung mga wet waste natin. Yung kitchen waste, food waste, yung mga ganyan, no? So, yan, dapat laging mixture siya, browns and greens, no? And then, syempre, air. Ang composting ay aerobic process, no? So, kung makikita nyo, pag nagko-compost pile kayo, tina-turn dapat yan para ma-aerate, no? Doon naman sa mga nasa container yung magko-compost, normally meron niyang umiikot yan, o kaya may mga holes yan, o kaya may blower yan, no? So, kino-consider kasi yung source of air. And then, lastly, ay yung water, moisture. So, ang decomposers, ang gusto niyang initial moisture content ng ating organic waste ay 50 to 60% dapat, no? So, hindi dapat siya tuyong-tuyo, hindi dapat na basang-basa. So, 50 to 60%. Yun naman ay, meron naman kaming technique na itinuturo na open naman yan online kung paano ma-achieve yung optimum condition na yun ng moisture content na 50 to 60% ng ating initial mixture. So, ito po yung dapat nating i-consider pag nagko-composting tayo, no? So, sa ITDI po, meron kaming dinevelop na mga tinatawag na in-vessel composting technologies. In-vessel kasi gumagamit kami ng container para dun ilagay yung ating organic waste. So, different skills na po yung na-develop namin. Ang pinakamauna po yung tinatawag na bioreactor. So ito po suitable sa ating mga MRF na nasa munisipyo, no? Yung mga or other companies na nag-generate ng large volume of organic waste. And then yung small version ito, yung dual drum composting technology. Ito naman po suitable sa mga small barangays, yung mga konti lang ang nag-generate na organic waste o dun sa mga small farm, pwede rin. Sa mga institutions po, katulad ng yan, sa university nyo, pwede rin po. No? And then yung pinaka last po, yung small, pinakamaliit na namin na composting technology ay yung household tumbling composter. So ito po applicable sa mga bahay-bahay para sa na-generate nating daily kitchen waste. No? So first po dun sa bioreactor composting technology, meron po kaming dalawang capacities na yung 500 kilograms per day at saka 1 ton per day na input. No? So marami na pong nag-adapt nitong mga LGU sa kanilang MRF. Ito po ay continuous ang operation, meaning po every day naglo-load tayo ng organic waste and daily din makaka-harvest tayo ng about 50% ng daily input natin as raw compost. No? Siguro sa mga munisipyo nyo, meron na kayo nakitang ganito. So ito po ay sa Marikina. Meron po sa Valenzuela at sa ibang LGUs ng Metro Manila. Ito po yung schematic diagram ng bioreactor. Ang tawag din namin dito ay stirred tank bioreactor kasi meron siyang paddle sa loob para i-mix yung materials. No? So, ang organic waste po dito ipinipit sa opening sa taas. And then eventually, napupush po yung organic waste sa opposite end na dito i-harvest natin yung raw compost. No? Itong raw compost dapat pupunta pa to sa curing area for maturation. Ang required na site, pag puput up kayo ng bioreactor ay minimum na 120 square meters na covered area. And then, syempre, kailangan natin ng electricity and water supply and at least 2 to 3 workers. Ito po yung process ng composting. So once na nag-adapt po kayo ng bioreactor, tuturuan po namin kayo sa umpisa ng startup operation, yung inoculant propagation para maparami natin yung ating starter o inoculant na gagamitin sa regular composting process. So sa composting process, yung regular process, kailangan po meron tayo munang gagawing feedstock preparation. Dito, kailangan nating i-shred yung wet and dry waste natin o yung browns and greens natin. No? So, mas maliit, mas madaling ma-degrade. Okay? So, kailangan din natin ng shredder no? Sa ating MRF o composting facility. And then, once na okay na siya, saka natin ipapasok sa composter o bioreactor. And i-cure siya for a minimum of 30 days. And then, pag mature na siya, saka natin siya screen and pack. Yun namang dual drum composting technology naman po ay batch type. No? Hindi siya continuous. So, ang capacity nito ay 50 kilogram per drum. So, ang total na mapaprocess nyo in one batch ay 100 sa 2 drum. No? So, ang operation po nito, ang retention time ng ating organic waste dito ay 4 to 5 days. Operation. After that, i-unload natin ang raw compost at i-cure din na minimum na 30 days. So, normally po ang nag-a-adapt nito ay mga barangay na maliit lang ang waste generation ng organic waste at saka yung mga small farm. Meron na po nag-adapt ng mga small farm. Ito po yung loob ng dual drum. So, basically, meron lang siyang baffle sa loob para po ma-break o ma-mix, tumulong sa pag-mix ng materials. And then, ang kailangan na site ay minimum na 50 square meters. Kailangan din may electricity and water supply at saka at least 2 operators. So, kung nag-adapt po kayo ng dual drum, ito lang po yung minimum requirement natin sa ating composting facility. Sana po meron na kayong shaded area o yung para sa composting area na merong minimum lang na 50 square meters. Ayan. At least po concrete pad siya. Ayan, hindi prone sa flooding. And mag-designate po kayo ng operator. No? So same din po ang process katulad sa bioreactor. Initially po tuturuan namin kayo ng pagpapropagate ng inoculant. Ang inoculant po na ginagamit namin sa dual drum, hindi naman ito yung pure na commercially available inoculant. Pwede po kayong kumuha ng inoculant dito sa existing composting pile nyo kung meron na po kayo dyan existing composting facility na nagpa-pile kayo para mag-compost. Pwede nyo nang gamitin yung material na yon as inoculant. And then, yun na po ang gagamitin natin sa regular composting process ng dual drum, no? Again, i-shred po natin yung ating organic waste, no? So sana po provided din kayo ng shredder, meron po ba? And then once na na-shred na po, ayan, ilalagay na natin sa ating drum. And then i-operate po natin yung dual drum for 4 to 5 days. After that, saka pa lang natin siya i-unload and dadalhin po sa curing area. Ang household tumbling composter naman po para sa ating mga bahay-bahay, no? Ang capacity po nito ay makakapag-load po kayo diyan maximum mga 15 kilograms, no, per drum. Batch type din po ito pero ino-operate po one at a time. So, yung first drum muna ang una, daily maglo-load tayo ng kitchen waste and syempre lalagyan din natin cover natin ng carbon source, yung yard waste, halimbawa. And then, once na napuno na yung isang drum, saka naman po natin gagamitin yung next drum for daily loading of kitchen waste. Ganun po yung process niyan. So, ito po yung loob ng household tumbling composter. So, meron lang po siyang baffle sa loob. Mga simple lang po yung mga technology na di ginawa namin. May mga baffle lang po siya sa loob para ma-break o tumulong na mag-mix ng material. And then, para ma-mix, ayan, itatumble mo siya. So, kailangan lang dito ay may minimum na 1 square meter na area, covered area. So, sa household tumbling composter nga po, i-chop din natin yung malalaking size na kitchen waste and then meron din tayong dry matter. Yung inoculant po dito, pwede nga po rin kayong kumuha ng inoculant doon sa mga existing compost pile nyo. So once na daily naglo-load tayo ng kitchen waste, itatumble natin yung yung vessel 8 to 10 times halimbawa. And then i-cover natin yung ating mixture ng yard waste para hindi siya mag-attract ng pest, no? And then saka natin siya ulit sasaraduhan para for next loading, no? Now, after 3 weeks normally mapupuno na siya 3/4 full, no? Hindi yung full talaga. Dapat may headspace siya. So pag nag 3/4 full na siya, stop na yung loading, no? And gagamitin na natin yung second drum for daily loading of kitchen waste. Now, once na napuno na po uli yung second drum, saka po tayo mag-unload. Ang unang i-unload natin ay yung first drum na napuno, no? So yan, itatumble lang natin siya and then i-unload. Yung pong na raw compost po ang tawag din sa nakuha natin dito and ilagay lang natin siya sa sako para mag-further mature. After 2 to 3 weeks, normally pwede nyo na po siyang magamit sa inyong garden. Okay? So ano ba yung mga organic materials na pwede nating magamit sa normal, typical composting kahit meron kayong technology dyan o machine o wala. So ito po, no? Ito nga yung dry waste or browns. So ito yung carbon source para sa ating mga organisms. So yan, dry yard waste kung meron kayo sa inyong area, and then yung iba merong sawdust, and pwede rin yung mga agricultural waste, no? As dry matter. And then wet waste, yung greens, yung nitrogen source natin. So ito yung kitchen or food waste, yung ating market waste, yung mga vegetable scraps, no? Sa market, and yung mga food processing waste. And pwede rin po kayo maglagay para ma-enrich o tumaas yung NPK level ng ating compost, yung mga nitrogen-rich waste katulad po ng manure, fish waste, mataas ang N level na. At saka po yung mga fresh grass clippings. So ito po yung mga materials na pwede natin gamitin sa ating composting. Ito naman po yung nire-recommend naming proportion ng pag nagko-compost tayo using our technology. For example, sa bioreactor, 1:2, 1 part dry waste, 2 parts wet waste. Ganon din po sa dual drum, no? So, kung may dual drum na po kayo, ang kailangan po natin per drum ay 10 kg na dry waste, 20 kilograms na wet waste, at saka 20 kilogram na inoculum na. Ito naman, tuturuan naman namin kayo para dumami yung inyong inoculant dyan. So, ayan po, ang susundin natin. And then sa household tumbling naman, mixture din siya ng dry and wet waste. Ang gagamitin nating wet waste dito ay yung ating daily na produce na kitchen waste. And then, syempre, i-layer natin siya ng dry waste as carbon source. And yan nga, inoculum. No? So, yan po yung proportion ng aming composting process. No? So, again, kailangan po natin doon sa bioreactor at saka dual drum ng shredder. No? So, sinashred po natin yung yard waste, ay yung dry matter at saka yung wet waste natin. Ito po yung squeeze test. So, sabi ko nga sa inyo, isa dapat na i-consider natin ay yung moisture content na 50 to 60%. Yun ang optimum na moisture content na gusto ng ating decomposer sa initial mixture ng compost. So, ang tawag dyan ay squeeze test. So, once na meron na kayong mixture ng wet and dry, kumuha po tayo ng handful ng material, ng mixture. And then, pigain po natin siya. Pag po may nag-drip na tubig, ibig po sabihin nito ay sobrang basa. So, ang solution lang po dyan ay mag-add lang tayo ng dry waste. Now, in case po na wala namang tumulong tubig, and then binuksan po natin yung kamay natin. And nakita natin na nag-break siya, buhaghag. Ibig sabihin naman ay sobrang tuyo naman ng ating mixture. Ang gagawin lang natin dyan to solve ay mag-add lang tayo ng wet waste o kaya ng tubig. Okay? Now, pag binuksan naman natin ang kamay natin at nag-form siya ng ball, katulad po nito, ito po yung tamang moisture content na at least 50, about 50 to 60%. No? So, ito po yung dapat na ina-achieve natin sa ating initial mixture ng ating compost material. So, later on po na may tuturo yan sa inyo pag nag-training na ng, tungkol sa dual drum. Now, ito po yung mga needed materials pag mag-ooperate tayo ng composting facility. So, ito po importante dahil binabudget po natin lalo na yung mga consumables, no? So, aside dun sa composter o yung machine nyo, kailangan din po meron tayong shredder, mga composting tools, yung mga normal na composting tools, no? Yung shovel, rake or fork, ayan, sieve screen, syempre weighing scale, mga containers, sprinkler para mag-adjust tayo o maglagay ng tubig, ayan, dial thermometer para ma-monitor po yung ating ang temperature ng compost pile. And then, syempre, mga cleaning tools and supplies, personal hygiene supplies. Ang tapak-importante po ang ating PPEs para sa mga operators ng ating composters o dun sa yung nandun gumagawa sa mga basura natin, no? So, dapat po kumpleto sila, no? Full gear. Meron silang gloves, nakamask, and then naka-goggles. Kailangan po suot nila ay long pants, naka-long sleeve sila at naka-closed shoes or boots, no? So ito po dapat po proteksyonan natin ang ating mga operators, no? And then syempre po yung papak na socks and then labeling materials and documentation materials. So yan po yung some important na supplies na dapat natin consider sa ating pagko-compost. Okay po? Ito po yung nare-recommend naming typical composting facility, layout. No? So, kung meron tayong composting facility sa ating MRF, sa umpisa po, dapat nandun yung, dun tayo mag-prepare ng materials. Ano? Dun tayo mag-shred, mag-weigh, mix. And then, after po nandun yung ating machine. And after yung ating area for curing. And pag mature na po siya, dito po yung screening and packing. And palabas, syempre yung ating exhibit area product storage. So, yan po yung flow, no? Recommended layout ng ating composting facility. So, sa curing po, pwedeng meron kayong cubicle na katulad nito sa Marikina. Pwede rin naman pong wala, ipapile nyo lang yung yung curing piles, no? Katulad nito, parang bundok-bundok lang. And then, syempre, itinaturn po yan kasi nag-iinit pa during curing or maturation, no? So, kaya nga po nilalagyan natin yan ng dial thermometer para po ma-monitor yung temperature ng pile. Okay? So, kailan ba natin masasabi na ang compost natin ay mature na? Normally po, hindi na siya, hindi na tumataas yung kanyang temperature ng pile, no? Normally po, for several days, approximately ambient temperature na siya, kagaya na ng normal temperature. And then, bumaba na po yung kanyang volume, no, ng ating material. Hindi na po natin na-recognize yung mga initial na materials na ginamit natin dyan. And then, ang color po ng product ay dark brown to black at wala po siyang amoy, no? So, ang texture din po niya ay crumbly or loose. So, yan po yung some na determinants kung paano nyo masasabi na mature na ang ating compost. Saan yung i-apply ang compost natin, no? So, syempre po sa ating garden, no? Pwede po sa ating ornamental plants, sa backyard gardening, sa landscaping. Pero po kung ang purpose nyo ay i-commercially produce yung product, ay dapat po i-check natin yung PNS, Philippine National Standard for Organic Soil Amendments ng DA, particularly ng BOPS, Bureau of Agriculture and Fisheries Standards, no? So, ito po yung latest na version ng PNS for Organic Soil Amendments. Ibig sabihin po, ang product natin ay dapat nating ipapates. Para saan? Ito, sa quality ng compost, mga compost parameters, and then sa pathogen, and sa heavy metal. So, dapat po papasa sila sa mga levels na to, no? Kung i-commercially produce po natin ang ating product. So, dito po sa compost quality, total NPK, ito po yung magdidictate kung matatawag nyo bang organic fertilizer ang product nyo o compost lang or soil conditioner, no? Sa total NPK. Ito lang po ang pinagkaiba ng organic fertilizer sa compost. So, mas mababa po ang value ng total NPK ng compost, 2.5 to less than 5. Pero pag 5 na to 10, ay pwede na po siyang matawag na organic fertilizer. Okay po? The rest po ay pareho lang sila. Mas mataas nga lang po yung nutrient content ng organic fertilizer. Sa mga LGUs po na nagko-compost, normally po ang value po ng total NPK ng kanilang product ay dito po sa compost. Pero yung iba po, meron ginagamit na supplement, yung naglalagay ng mga ash and others, yung mga enriched materials, tumataas po yung kanilang level hanggang organic fertilizer. So, depende po yan sa input natin, no? Yung material na ginagamit natin, yung raw mat, yung feedstock sa pagko-compost. Okay? Now, sa ITDI po, nagde-develop lang po kami dito ng technology. Yung pong pagmamarket o yung kung saan kayo magpapagawa, meron po kaming mga license o accredited na mga fabricators. So, sa bioreactor po, meron sa Cavite, sa Zamboanga del Sur, Pila, at saka sa Pangasinan. Sa dual drum naman po, meron din tayo sa Cavite, Silamaco, Cebu, sa Pangasinan, at saka sa San Fernando, Pampanga. And then sa household tumbling composter po, meron tayong fabricator sa Pampanga, sa Cavite, at saka sa Bulacan. So, nasa kanila na po, dito sa aming licensed fabricators, yung design. So, alam na po nila ang tamang design para po mag-fabricate ng mga technologies namin. So, sila po yung kukontakin nyo for quotation, sila po yung kukontakin nyo para i-fabricate yung mga technology namin. Okay? So, ito po yung estimated price ng aming mga composting technologies. Yung mga nakasulat lang po dito ay estimated price, pero po yung actual price ay kontakin nyo po ang aming mga fabricators. Okay po? Now, paano ba kayo makakapag-decide kung ano nang kukunin nyo? For example, sa school nyo, tama bang kunin itong dual drum? O baka mag-pile composting na lang tayo? For example, sa DOST dito sa amin, gusto ng secretary namin na maglagay kami ng bioreactor sa loob ng aming agency dito sa DOST. Pero nung nag-characterize kami ng solid waste, hindi naman pala kailangan ng bioreactor, no? So, paano po kayo makakapag-decide ng tamang technology na i-adapt nyo for composting, no? Example for composting o kung ano man gagawin nyo sa isang waste component. Ito po yung kailangan mag-wax muna kayo, no? Yung waste analysis and characterization study or wax. So ano ba yung wax? Ang wax po ay isang process, no, para ma-determine natin ano ba yung total amount ng waste na na-generate natin sa school nyo, sa amin, sa institution na, sa LGU. So ito po yung makukuha nyo sa pagwawax, no? And then makukuha nyo rin po yung generation rate from each waste sources. So nakita nyo na po yung mga ganitong graphs. So sinasabi dito na malaking portion ng ating solid waste ay galing sa bahay-bahay. So yan ay nakuha dahil nag-conduct sila ng wax, no? And then makukuha din natin sa pag-wax yung waste composition. Sabi nga natin kanina, more than 50% ng ating solid waste ay biodegradable. Nakuha natin yan pag nag-conduct tayo ng wax, no? So yan po, magandang gawin din po natin yan sa ating institution, no? Para po may tamang basihan tayo kung paano natin kung paano tayo makakapag-decide kung anong tamang technology na i-adapt natin. So ito nga po yung significance ng wax. Normally, ito po yung ginagamit ng mga LGUs o mga institutions para po mag-develop ng solid waste management program, no? Ito yung wax data po ang pagbabasihan natin sa pag-formulate, pag-prepare ng solid waste management program. Ito rin pong data ng wax, ito rin po yung magsasabi ng estimate, ano ba yung tamang capacity ng ating MRF o storage area na itatayo pa lang, no? At sabi ko nga po, ito yung magsasabi sa inyo, ano bang tamang technology na i-adapt natin based dito sa volume ng solid waste na nakuha natin at saka mga waste components. So yan po yung importance ng pag-wax, no? Marami na pong publication ng mga schools, mga institutions about their wax data sa kanilang mga schools, no? So pag nag-wax po kayo, makakapag-publish din po kayo ng inyong paper. So ano ba yung stages ng wax? So bago kayo mag-conduct ng actual na waste characterization, meron muna ang preparation ng training na dapat gawin. So dito dapat mag-prepare muna kayong wax plan o yung wax proposal, no? Siyempre, babudgetan nyo yan eh. So kailangan may proposal ka muna kayong gagawin. And then meron kayong wax team na kung sino yung maggagawa ng actual wax. May coordination with authorities, and i-orient nyo kung sino yung mga kasali o sasamplingan nyo, and then i-prepare yung tools and materials for wax. No? Once na ready na to, saka ka lang kayo pwedeng mag-actual conduct ng wax. Sa actual conduct, basically naman dito ay collection and sorting ng waste. So kung sorted na yung waste ng pagkukuha na natin, mas madali sa wax team kasi i-check na lang nila yung mga waste components. And then, siyempre, collection and sorting, weighing and recording. Ito nga yung dito makakakuha tayo ng data. And then, syempre, after ng actual box, i-clean natin yung area. Now, sa data processing and analysis, meron na po kaming ginawa dito ng mga template, worksheets, para po sa pag-i-input ng raw data, particularly sa mga LGUs. So marami na po kasi kami na-try na mga LGUs sa mga munisipyo, barangay sa ating buong Pilipinas po. No? So nakapag-create na po kami ng template dito. And pwede rin pong ma-adapt ng mga ng mga institutions sa academy. No? So ito pong wax manual, recently lang po ito na print, no. Pero available po ito. Ito po meron kaming share dito na link where you can download yung wax manual. Ito po, no. So, i-print nyo na lang po. Normally po ito ay pinibigay ng, ngayon, dinidistribute po ito ng EMB DNR. And doon po sa link na ito pong URL, pwede nyo rin pong i-print nga itong poster na ito. Dito po sa link na to, nandun din po yung mga important na guidelines na Kaya sorry po, nawala ang connection namin. Sa last part na po ako, no? Ayan, so, okay na ba? Okay. Ayan, so, yan po yung wax, ano? And then, ito na po yung mga kinonduct naming trainings, no? Marami po sa aming participants ay LGUs. So, lahat po ng LGU sa NCR ay natapos na po namin. And then, ito po may mga icons dito. Ito na po yung mga nag-request sa amin, no? Nationwide. And yung regular na wax training po namin, ang target participants po dyan ay yung mga LGU staff, specifically yung mga Senro-Menro staff, and then yung mga pollution control officers. Siyempre po applicable din to sa mga solid waste management team ng mga institutions, commercial establishments, and industries. No? So far po sa mga academies, ang na-train na po namin ay yung si Pamantasan ng Manila, no? Pamantasan Luzon ng Manila, and then isang college, yung OLOP sa Marikina. And then sa Region 6 po, may nag-request na rin po sa amin yung Aklan State University, Capiz State University. So, pwede po kayong mag-request para matrain po yung SWM team nyo, no? Sa pagwawax. Okay? So, ito po yung mga list ng useful information, references about composting and solid waste. So, that's it po. Thank you po sa pag-join nyo sa amin. And ito po yung mga contact information namin. Please do follow our Facebook page and yung website po namin para sa ibang solid waste management technologies po ng ITDI. So, hindi lang po composting technologies ang mga na-develop namin. Meron din po sa plastic, yung plastic densifier. Meron din po biogas technology kami. And sa ibang division po, meron din pong iba silang technology para sa plastic waste management. So thank you again po.
Sandali naman,
May question
ma'am.
po ba?
Thank you very much, Dr. Myra Tansenko, for a very helpful and informative talk. Again, to our participants, if you have questions relative to the presentation of our first and second resource speaker, you can post your questions to our chat room now. Okay, so this is from Sir Esmeraldo Sabit. So, Ma'am Myra, may question po dito. Thank you po, Ma'am Myra, for the very informative presentation. Ask ko lang po, Ma'am, kung pwede po ba kami gumamit ng tap water for our compost or kailangan po namin i-leave yung tap water for 24 hours to eradicate the chlorine po?
Okay, thank you. So, kung talagang maaamoy nyo no, yung chlorine, better na i-leave nyo muna siya no, overnight or few hours. Pero normally, yung sa experience namin, hindi naman namin naamoy yung mga talagang chlorine na concentration ng chlorine. So, ginagamit namin sila as is, no? Wala namang problema. Pero kung mataas nga yung chlorine content na, mas maigi pa, i-leave nyo muna siya.
Okay po. So, thank you so much, Ma'am Myra. And they are asking po also, Ma'am, if we can have the copy po of your presentation. Are we
Yes
allowed po, Ma'am?
Isasend po namin sa DOS NCR kay Ms. Rose Ano, and then isasend na lang po sa inyo.
Okay, Ma'am. Thank you so much po. Sa mga participants po natin, please again po post your questions and concerns po sa ating chat room para po ma-address po natin sa ating mga speakers. Thank you po. And now to award the certificate of recognition to our second resource speaker, may we call on Ms. Mariel Uy to read the citations.
Republic of the Philippines, Rizal Technological University, Office of the Vice President for Student Services, Auxiliary Services Center awards this certificate of recognition to Dr. Myra L. Tansenko for sharing her time, knowledge, and expertise as a speaker that led to the attainment of the goals and objectives of the Auxiliary Services Center Solid Waste Management Unit. In the webinar entitled Red to Green, Reduce Ecological Footprints Towards Green University, a clean and green campaign under Triple S Compost. Given this 28th day of July 2021 at the Rizal Technological University, City of Mandaluyong, Philippines. Signed by Professor Jason M. Noveda, Head of Solid Waste Management Unit, Dr. Edna P. Conway, Director of the Auxiliary Services Center, Dr. Salvacion J. Pacheco, Vice President for Student Services, Dr. Maria Eugenia M. Yanko, University President. We thank you again, Dr. Tansenko.
Again, thank you very much to our dear speakers. We are so grateful having you as our speakers in our webinar orientation. At this juncture, let me call on Dr. Edna P. Conwy, Director of Auxiliary Services Center, for her closing remarks.
Makakalikasang umaga po sa ating lahat. The Solid Waste Management Unit has tremendously exerted its effort in providing a cleaner environment for RTU stakeholders through its project, the Triple S Compost, significant, systematic, and sustainable composting towards an ecological community. And this effort will not be possible without the help of the administration headed by our President, Dr. Eugenia M. Yanco, the former and the present Vice Presidents for Student Services, Dr. April A. Alcalde, and Dr. Salvacion J. Pacheco. And of course, our partner towards a sustainable RTO environment, DOST-NCR, headed by Regional Director Jose B. Patalinho III. This partnership was sealed with a Memorandum of Agreement wherein DOST will provide technical assistance for a better solid waste management through the dual drum composter. The Auxiliary Services Center extends our gratitude to all of you. Moreover, we also appreciate the assistance of the Management Information System, Disaster Risk Management Office, Human Resource Development Center, and the Events and Programs Unit. Indeed, we are blessed to have speakers whose expertise heightened our awareness towards a sustainable environment, namely Associate Professor Mario Bicol and Dr. Myra L. Tansenko. Maraming salamat po spending your precious time with us. My compliments to my Auxiliary Services Center family, particularly Professor Jason Noveda, the head of the Solid Waste Management Unit. He worked intensively on this project. Thank you, Sir Jason. Finally, I would like to express my appreciation to all the participants today for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend this webinar. I take also this opportunity to invite you all to become part of the Auxiliary Services Center's initiative towards a greener RTU community through its Solid Waste Management Unit. A great deal of work lies ahead of us as we mold the young minds of the future generation. Let us show the importance of sustainable environmental practices. Let me conclude by sharing a part of the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 28. God, after creating mankind, delegates authority to him to have dominion over all. This word, the word dominion, strongly means to rule or have power over. Let us all have this dominion given to us by God and be good stewards of our environment. Good day to all and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Edna P. Conwy. Before we end this webinar, may I remind everyone to please accomplish our evaluation form. So there will be 2 evaluation po posted po in our chat room. One po for the DOST and one po is for the RTU Auxiliary Services po. So please again po accomplish the evaluation form posted po in our chat room, and that will be our basis po for distribution of e-certificate. Again, thank you for joining this webinar orientation entitled Red to Green, Reduce Ecological Footprints Towards Green University. I'm Hannah Victorio. Keep safe and sound. God bless us all.